It looked like somebody was bent over and had their head in the window of the deer blind. It either heard me or smelt me, and he pulled his head out of the tent and stood straight up, and that shocked me. They don't make people that big.
The way it moved, almost as if it was gliding across the beach. I've never seen anything move like that in my life. They were screaming at each other in gibberish. It sounded like a language, and they were chuntering away back and forwards, back and forwards, back and forwards. I know what a bear looks like, and there is no way on this planet that what I saw were bears.
911, what are you reporting?
Jesus Christ, you better...
Sir?
Zia!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh.
I think President Bush said it best. Fool me once. Shame on. Shame on you. Fool me. You can't get fooled again. He was a wealth of knowledge. Anywho, you are listening to Sasquatch Chronicles.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. Got a great show planned for you. We're going to be chatting with Jesse, and I interviewed Jesse, 25 episodes ago. He shared an encounter that happened to him, I want to say in his early 30s, where he had a run-in with Sasquatch. And Jesse had sent me an email, and he goes, I don't even know if I really want to go on the air with this. I just kind of want to tell you what happened. And the more that him and I talked, the more I realized I got to have you on the air. He had a run-in with 3 very small creatures, and I don't think that they were actually Sasquatch. It's my own personal opinion. We're also going to be chatting with Johnny, and Johnny comes to us from Canada. He's actually part of the First Nations up there in Canada, and he'll be talking a little bit about his culture and then some of his own encounters. And Johnny and I were talking the other day, and Johnny said, you know, Wes, I've been listening for years. I've been a member for years. A lot of this weird stuff that's happened to some of these people, I've experienced. So I'm so happy to have Johnny on tonight. If you've had an encounter and you'd like to be on the show, shoot me an email. My email address is wes@sasquatchchronicles.com. Let's jump into it tonight. I want to welcome Jesse to the show. Jesse, thanks for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming back on, Jesse, and I appreciate you taking the time to share this encounter. I know you thought I was so far out there, and you were kind of shook up the other day when you and I were talking, and so I'm so glad that you're here tonight. I know the encounter took place in California. If you would you just start from the very beginning, kind of tell us what you were doing and what happened?
Yeah, so about every other Saturday, my wife usually has to work on Saturdays, so I'll usually take that day to kind of either go four-wheeling or fishing or, just go spend some time in the outdoors. And this Saturday she had to work, so I decided to get up early and take a drive up to the mountains. And, I packed a couple of snacks in a bag and decided to take my gold pan. I know about a really nice little waterfall area that I usually take her to, and figured I'd go up there and kind of spend the day. And I got to the waterfall, and, it was pretty uneventful. And I'd realized that, all this time, I've never explored the area above the waterfalls. So I know there's no trails that actually go up there. So I know I'd have to do a little bit of bushwhacking to get up there. So, I made my way up above the falls, and it was just pristine forest, and the river that fed into these waterfalls was just absolutely gorgeous. It didn't look like anyone had ever been up there. I didn't find any trash, no, not even like a bottle cap or anything. It was pretty beautiful up there. So I did a little bit of gold panning up there. Not really much luck. Not like I'm going to be rich from gold panning anyways, but decided to hike up the stream a little bit, and I came to a section where it kind of branches off, and some of the stream is winding through the actual mountains. So I decided to hike up the stream and, maybe try my luck up a little higher, see what happens. I made it about 2, maybe 3 miles up the stream, and found this really nice, beautiful pool with dark sand. On all the gold mining shows, they talk about the dark sand holding all the gold deposits. So figured I'd give my gold panel a chance there to see if I'd get any, nuggets or anything like that. And so I got, about knee deep in the water and started gold panning. Just getting a little couple of flakes here and there, but nothing real big. I'd say probably about 11 o'clock noon. I started getting a little hungry, so I decided to go up onto the bank and get out some snacks and just have a little picnic right there. And I pulled out a bottle of water and a couple of Laura bars. Ate one of the bars. It's pretty filling. Drank my water. Decided to save the other Laura bar for later. Just gonna get back in the river and try some more gold panning. I would say about 5 minutes into gold panning, I heard what sounded to me like 2 chipmunks arguing over nuts. I glanced back and I noticed that my Laura bar that I had left on the bank is gone. And I thought that was really odd because I couldn't remember if I had put it in my backpack or if I had left it on the beach. Didn't really think much of it. And I was like, oh, well, I'm out of that. That's probably what the chipmunks were fighting over. So I, just focused back on what I was doing. And about, I don't know, I'd say about another 5 minutes, maybe 10 goes by, and I'm hearing the sound again. And I'm like, well, I know there's no food left on the ground. The only food left is in my pack. So there's nothing for these chipmunks to be fighting over. Well, I turn around. That's when I see, I don't know what they are. There's 2 of them at first, right by my bag, and each one of them has got a hold of a strap of the bag, and they're both tugging different directions with it. As I'm kind of staring at these guys, I kind of am shocked by what I'm seeing. So I lose my footing and I kind of fall into the water a little bit. And that's when this third little creature comes popping out of the bushes. And again, I don't know what they are. My mind's trying to rationalize what I'm seeing. I mean, I know it's not a Bigfoot. I've seen Bigfoot. That's not what these things are. And he just full on screams at me. And the other 2 take off running, dragging my backpack behind him into the woods. And he turns around and follows after him. At first, I'm like, trying to figure out what did I saw. But then I realize my keys and my cell phone are in the front zipper pouch of that backpack. So I have to go after them because the only way down the mountain is if I get my keys back. So I took chase after these things, and they just left me in the dust. And I tried to stalk and follow as best I could. And about 250 yards into the woods, I find my pack, and my pack's torn open. All my food, water, everything I had inside is gone.